Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. The look of love from women. The look of love from women. Now, you know what, fellas, y'all know these women be checking you out, but they don't necessarily tell you that, how they feeling or something. It could be for myriad reasons why they ain't gonna come up and say, baby, I love you, Now, they'll tell you at some point, especially you turn them out or something. They'll tell you. But usually they ain't happening right away. But one of the things I look for whenever I see a couple together is how she looks at them. And I've never seen this to fail. I have never seen this to fail. A woman, when she feeling a man, she will always give him a certain look. She will going to look him dead in the eye. She going to be smiling, all of that stuff. And you can tell when it's love because it's not a hard look. First of all, it's learning to read their face. Is that, somebody can stare at somebody, but give them that look like, I will kill you the moment I get a chance. A mean look, got that brow furrowed and everything and got a hard look in their eyes. They probably ready to kill that person. And probably because he said something stupid or something she didn't like. But when she feeling him, when a woman's feeling that guy or feeling you, it's right in their eyes. Everything is in their eyes. Like one of the things men in general need to learn how to do, and especially select men or men potentially select. And I'm gonna get into that in a second. Gotta learn how to read their eyes, their body language. I talked the other day about like a man's broadcast, but that's a part of a woman's broadcast, her facial expressions. Like if she looking at you smiling, if she pointed in your direction, when she's talking to you, does she make a point of always looking at you? That's very important. In most cases, I say out of 9 out of 10 cases, if she keeps her eye contact on you while she's talking and she's smiling and her face looks soft and inviting, she's interested. She's feeling you. She's feeling you. She's feeling you at that point. Now, if there's a point where she just looks at you, like no matter what you do, like her focus is totally on you, she probably loves you. Now, I said 9 out of 10. Let me just be clear on that. Because when you're talking about relationships, nothing's 100%. Nothing is 100%. Even when I talk about select and non-select, nothing about that is even 100. Everything is more consensus or most likely to happen. Because even the man who could be the most select, there's some woman who's like, ugh, that's a cockroach. No matter what. You can call him handsome. He can be charismatic, very masculine. Some women ain't feeling him no matter what. So let me just be clear about that. So it's, when I was talking about that 9 out of 10 women, like you can get that 10th woman. She looking at you, she paying attention, but that's just her personality. You get some women, they just like that. And then, well, maybe say 8 out of 10 because one, that's just her personality. The other one, she's just promiscuous. But even then, it means something about you because even the most promiscuous woman is going to have some men she ain't going to feel. She ain't going to look at her. Like, that's very important. I talk about that in my book, Nice Guys and Players, how she look at you. Because that's the thing I pay attention to. I pay attention how a woman look. Like if I can describe, and once I see her eyes, I'm like, oh yeah, I got this motherfucker. God damn, yeah. But that's a very important thing because I saw a friend of mine and him with his woman, the way she looked at him, and I told him, I said, man, the love I saw in her eyes for you, man, congratulations. Because that's a serious thing and I know some guys can't relate to that, but understand when a woman has that love for you, she has the things that men say they want. A woman who loves you will submit. You don't have to ask her to submit. You don't have to force her to submit, or you don't have to have a logical reason. She just going to do it. She going to come up and cook for you. You ain't going to have to worry about her in bed if she feeling you like that. She's going to give you peace. She respects who you are. When she's giving you that look, that means everything. Like that's the thing, and that's one of the main things. And now I mentioned earlier about a lot of guys don't necessarily recognize it. There's a lot of guys who I would call Well, I call them semi-select. Cousin T-Tal calls them pre-select. They basically are potentially in that category. One of the things a lot of those guys don't realize is how to really look at a woman. They looking for like the usual things, like a woman going to say something. Like you got a lot of guys feel like a woman will approach them. The reality is, even if she feeling you, think you the bomb, want to have 10 of your kids, a lot of women just don't approach. And especially if they more feminine, they don't approach. You'd almost have to be in an extreme something for a woman to not only approach you but be very blatant about what she has. Because some women, they'll approach you, but it'll be a passive aggressive thing or an indirect thing where they, like, if they see you in a grocery store or some store and they just happen to walk near you, and they might say something about whatever, the clothes or food or whatever's right there, so they not direct about it. So, but what a guy has to do is learn. Is she looking at him? How's she looking at him? Is she holding that look? That tells you everything. Like I said, about 8 out of 10 times. 8 out of 10 times. And even that one time I said with the promiscuous woman, yeah, Nislo, you can get some. Shit. So maybe it is back to 9 out of 10 times. So it's like, man, those are great odds. You talking like 90% of at least being able to get some? Or at least she got the interest to possibly do something. She. And getting back to the guys who are pre-select or semi-select, or they really don't know it, learn to read that woman's eyes. See it. Pay attention. How long is she holding the conversation? How is she looking at you? Where's the situation? If it's in a grocery store, like that's one thing I pay attention. I pay attention to female sales clerks or cashiers and something. Like the ones who ain't really feeling you, they don't hardly look at you. They don't look at you, even out of even the best looking ones. They'll give you a basic look, but the ones whose looks linger or something, oh, you got a possibility there. That 9 out of 10 thing again. So that's one of the things, but you want to look for it. Look how they look. That's going to speak in language. That's part of their broadcast. They're not going to always tell you. They not, In fact, I remember when I first learned that, learned it from dudes. I had some women tell me that when I was young, but like I said, I was hard-headed. But I remember a dude, it was a summer job I was on, and he said, yeah, this woman like you, and she just going to keep looking at you until you make a move. Unfortunately, I never saw the woman. I would have said something if I actually saw her, but I was like, who's the woman? Oh, yeah, that woman over there. I never really saw who it was because I was working on a summer job with a lot of folks. But that's powerful. How long their looks linger. That speaks volumes, regardless of what they're saying, regardless of what you're thinking, Because you get some guys, they can have women looking at them like that, and they don't realize the extent that she's actually interested because they ain't paying attention. They waiting to hear some words or waiting for her to approach or do something that they think will happen. But a lot of that is just silent communication. Always understand that. But if you can get that look, and especially in a relationship, let me go into that real quick. If you're in a relationship, you need to see that look of love from a woman. Otherwise, it might just be like a little booty call or something. I don't know. But get that idea. If you supposedly in a relationship and she don't hardly look at you, and beyond just being polite, well, y'all need to have a sit down and talk about it. All right. So anyway, that's it for today, y'all. Peace and many blessings.